a little higher than the head would be, but that's okay. We're out here to see what this thing can do. And it has a better chance since it has more wheels. Let me make sure my steering modes work. Okay, they do. We just leave it in all wheel steering, that way it's going to be easier to handle this thing. Now he's running on wheel colliders, so that is what's also important about this. I think he's not going to have a problem at all. I mean, he's just ready for it. Got a little bit too much power. If I can keep him straight. Get you in a higher gear, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have been the one that should have been challenging me. But I have done a lot of custom stuff on getting these wheel colliders to work this well previous to this in a test scene. Yeah, it just I don't think anything out here is going to challenge this. But we'll see. We'll go around the entire track carefully. Because cruising at a normal speed like this, you know, it does seem like it's handles it pretty well. We're gonna leave that in higher gear though. Because it can handle it. The steering, maybe I should just leave the front wheels. This all-wheel steering is a little too good for these tight little road here and little curves. Especially using keys, man, because it's just instant. I don't have any smoothing to ease into steering. It's just you're steering or you're not. I mean, the longer I hold it, the more they steer, but that's because I'm a genius. Yeah. I think Groy is top tier. Oh man. My driving is not though. Now he does have a lot of horsepower, but he has the friction to handle it. And the suspension to really handle all of the bumps and stuff pretty decently. I mean, this is what it was going to be if I couldn't get my system to work. It's just what I would build would have to be different because, of course, it can handle this smooth kind of thing. It's definitely got the torque to just climb these hills too. $44 seconds is what it took to get to 60. That's because we weren't trying to break a record. I think he did it in 1.4. Something like that. But yeah. And the test scene, he was made to climb, so that's why this is kind of easy for this. It's kind of like the Yukon that has my system on it was designed to climb things because that's what it was being tested on. The Bel Air didn't really have a test scene other than the flat plane that I built it on, and then I was like, okay, it's drivable, let's throw it in. But I did want to give the wheel collectors their true shine of what I know they could be capable of doing. And with this, we're running 8 of them that are tuned just right, you know, so that it really puts the power down where it needs it. Yeah, this thing has got too much power, really, but that was the whole point. I wanted to ensure that it had enough to handle this. Don't flip, bro. Yeah, bow collectors can do it, man. If you got them tuned, you got them dialed in. And the thing about G-Roy right now is he's not dialed in the way he was when he ran his absolute best. But that's okay because right now he is handling this like it's nothing, which is good because this is nothing compared to what he's going to need to do. Or what he was being designed to try to tackle. It's probably ain't going to end well, is it? Yeah. Don't go off, bro. Okay. That's the thing, man. The sauce is a little bit. It's hard to get it right, man, because you don't want it to launch you up in the air when you just go over little things like this. You want to glide back down. But if you're figuring in all of the handling and stuff that it needs to do as well, you can't really just tune it just for that. And not with just wheel collectors stuff, man. It's hard. Yeah, but this thing gets up this better than my Yukon. We could say it's because it has more wheels, but it's also because I tuned this thing for challenging stuff. And it's just got both things working very well right now. And I'm pretty sure it can just hold itself quite well. Really, I would say this is better than the system I've designed right now. But this took a lot of tuning to get this thing to drive like this. It's actually the first time I've ever taken it out in the wild like this, though. It was only ever driven in that little ramp scene on the flat plane and then up that little ramp and over those speed bumps. So it's kind of cool to see this thing out and about, you know? Where's your reverse at, bro? I mean, this thing would be a fun thing for you and your friends to be riding in real life, though. They'd just be sitting back here chilling. I'd have to move the camera since it's not going to stay. Riding in the back, bro. It's just, man, this thing is just so cool. It really has way too much power right now, though. It's not really it needs to be toned down like it is in 6th gear when it cruises around a little bit. Can maneuver through these trees, bro. Oh, we're hung in one. Let me go. I'm actually surprised these wheels ain't getting caught on all of these little trees out here. Actually, I don't know if there's a way out of here. We might get into a group of trees where I just am trapped. You know, Jiro does have lights on it and stuff. I don't know what happened to them. Yeah, the crystals do kind of glow. You can't tell that when the sun is shining. Nah, the brake light thing works. Well, that needs a little bit of work, doesn't it? That isn't really nothing. And we'll make it a little bit darker in the scene here. Too dark, we might not be able to see anything. Especially with that dim ass headlight. Yeah, that isn't good enough. I mean, if we were building something scary. Wait, let me get my camera a little bit further scooted back again. I definitely need to adjust having a headlight. Or it could be like this, and this would be the reason why the blue whale, you would want to take your drone with you, because otherwise you don't have any really freaking lights on this thing to see. Also, though, it's supposed to. I thought it was supposed to have the running lights on, but I guess not. How did I turn those on? Not those. I'm always trying to hold a key down while I'm driving. Oh, we accidentally. We're turning right, by the way. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get rid of those shader graph ones and do it the way I did my stairs because these are just so terrible. That's why the rims and the letters look so good because I did it like I did the stairs. And these I used a shader graph because I thought that would be the better way to do it. Obviously, it is not. But I can fix that headlight being so damn dim. I mean, if you had to come out here and gather some stuff, I guess you could use this as a work light on it. That's part of the point of having some decent lights when you're in the nighttime and you dropped your damn quarter in the middle of the alien planet world. I think that's at least drivable with compared to what it had. We'll give that a go. The other ones, but it had a work light too. Oh, that's what that blue light was? Bro, that was nothing. But how are you the work light? You are more like let's come over here by the bug zapper light. That's the vibe I'm getting from that light right there. But that ain't nothing but a bug zapper. And you're hella blue. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Also, this glass, it's a little bit reflective. And normally you would have a dash that would block glares like this. And we don't have that here. That's why I tried to tuck them up under the platform. But that's an easy thing to work out. Kind of like a dry test. Wasn't really ready for it. So badly want to fly through here, man, but I'm already going too fast. Something you can't really see when the headlight is on is the speed anymore. It's still there. Look how terrible this one is. Look at this light. It looks like we're looking through a screen here. It's a weird freaking angle of that. Which, to be honest with y'all, I didn't tune the headlights when I put them on this thing. Ever, obviously. Oh boy, imagine if I did and that was how they looked. Don't worry, nothing is going to jump out, bro. Unless something jumps out at you in real life. I mean, nothing right here on your screen is going to jump out. Don't worry. Okay. I'm for real. Man, that is like night and day, huh? It's not illegal to spotlight out here. We just need to catch a pack of hogs running out here, man. Trying to tear up the farm. Shit, man. Hmm. Because, I mean, you would want them to at least be a little bit brighter like this, but you're already getting that bright ass glare again. Huh. I guess I could raise them up, and then I could have the blue light. What was that look like outside? Hmm. Quite strange how wide that light is, huh? Quite unrealistic, but it's okay, man. We're just messing around here. But also keeping it up, we would still be able to see our speed if that was important to your eyes. The other thing is our cone should technically be like not as wide as it's being. You know? I mean, these lights, yeah, we should have some blind spots like this. But I mean, if you're trying to be friendly for the player to be able to see and ourselves to be able to see here, at the end of the day, it's a game, bro. And having wider lights, so what? Obviously, in real life, know we would have the little cone, okay? It's also nice to be able to see. Also, this thing exists 1,000 years from today, so it's like maybe the lights are this good. What I should have done though is on the sides here put lights that shine out. I realize my hazards are just been blinking. I should have put lights out on the side here that would have cast it out this way so that it makes sense on how you're getting a light cast it out that way. If I wanted to make it real like this, I could. If I wanted it to make sense. I like to do that. I don't like to just put unreasonable things in without being like, there's a reason this is like this. Pretty much do everything with some kind of logic behind it currently. Oh, hell. Going down here, we're like blind. Okay. I don't like driving out here because somewhere we're just going to run off the map. I try not to adjust my screen a whole lot because I know that I zoom in. Then I'd always have all this extra nonsense. Look at this. That's a crater. We don't need to go through that. I'm pretty sure it's not going to go good. No, bro. No. Are you insane? Oh my gosh. I don't know how my finger twitched and threw me back in neutral. Oh, you think we can make it over this? I didn't even know this was here. I don't even know where the hell we are either. So that's fun. We're both taking this drive blind, you know? The only thing I did was that road or dirt path. I didn't like study every little edge and crevice everywhere. Why is this so flat? Where are we? I'm pretty sure that's the edge. It makes sense why this seems more flat out here. It would have been cool if I would have just had the water on through here, though. I mean, you get to see some nice little ocean or something. Ah, maybe some crabs crawling through the sand like you would see at night like this. Did I do that? I'm not doing that right now. Not at all. But yeah, that's what you would imagine, or that's what I would imagine seeing. So like if I was in my build mode, which I kind of always am, but if I was actually building something, that'd be like the idea I would have for an area like this, coming through it at night. I like to live on the edge, man. Huh. We better get up out of that. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting seeing it as dark as this at night too, where there's not even like any really stars out or anything. It's like real darkness. It's not even like completely black either, because you can still see light out there. But bro, it's pretty dark. Without even this being a game or anything, just driving like this is interesting and fun. I mean, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just driving, which is kind of the point of testing everything anyway. And G-War is a vehicle that's going to be in a game that I'm working with. So I mean, this is just this is already fun like this. You know? I don't think I'm going to I don't think I'm making something that I'm going to get bored with very quickly. And I mean, for me, I really enjoy this. And I really enjoy the HUD free screen. And I can look down at any time and see the stats or whatever that I would want to see. Or maybe if I made these screens change like I did in the car, you would have maybe something you were looking for come up on it. I know a lot of people like compasses and they like a crosshair thing in the center of the screen and everything like that too, but I've never been big on that stuff. It annoys me. I know for some though, that keeps them from getting like motion sick and stuff. So I would have it an optionable toggable thing. I want as many people to enjoy what I create as possible. We could literally just get lost out here. Kind of am, but it's amazing. And it's like there's no animals or anything here right now either, so that would change it a lot too. Actually seeing something jumping out with your rifle, tossing it in the back seat, taking it home to cook, or going down and leaving your lights on and going fishing, you know? All that cool stuff. Like in this scene, all of everything I'm saying makes 100% sense. No, that's not reverse. Anyway, man, I thought it would be cool to cruise around with the G-Roy at nighttime, so that's what this little extra piece here was. You know, it was to kind of cruise around. Where are your lights at, bro? Hmm. Man, this thing is cooler than it looks. I say that because I made it, but like, I'm impressed with it. Listen how quiet it is idling, too. It's the perfect thing you'd want to have out while you were scouting for stuff out here, you know? You'd have your little bitty light on that you just inch around. Quite interesting. And that's G-Roy. Like, a better look at it than you've ever really seen. We got to go on a little cruise through here. It was actually my first time driving it as well. I don't really say that just saying that like it really was. I've never had it out in the wild like this. So that was fun. And hopefully you've enjoyed what this was on driving it around and showing that it can handle it with wheel colliders was the point of this. The Bel Air wasn't the best thing to test with, but it was fun to do. But this gives the wheel colliders their true kind of like, yeah, they're capable of handling terrain like this. Because I mean, it's really, if you got your right settings and stuff, like this was a challenging hill for most things, but that thing has the power and the torque to just handle it. Now, if there was rocks and the terrain was slippery, obviously that would come into effect. So right now, what like I had earlier said in another video that this terrain, the tires aren't detecting the difference in mud or dirt or anything like that, or if there was ice or snow, to where you would expect the tires to slide more and have less traction. That was where you would make this even more challenging with stuff like that. Once you know that it can do it, and obviously this and my system have no problem going over this kind of stuff. Um, Currently, I really like the way G-Roy drives. So like I would hate to put my system on it and it's worse than this. I would have to test it to know for sure. Because what I do know about this is it can't go over stairs. So like stackable rocks and stuff that you would want this thing to climb over, it's not going to be able to do. I mean, and it's either I'm going to have to take something like that out and not do that and just have fun driving around areas like this with maybe some kind of steep climbs, maybe some narrow pathways and stuff if there's any. Um on the planet that I'm going to design, I haven't fully decided because technically the planet is supposed to be undiscovered. And so and it's not supposed to have trees and stuff like this on it either. But I mean, as we were driving around just experiencing this place, it was pretty cool. And we could just say this was another kind of livable planet, but you would expect to see like a lot of life on something like this that has trees. And the alien planet might just be more interesting as well. But, you know, It's fun. I'm guessing we were driving somewhere around lost around one of these edges. But I don't remember it looking so black at night. The hell were we? Were we over here? Maybe. mm. It would be interesting to fill all that in with water and have it surrounded in ocean, but it kind of would have defeated the purpose of driving up through more of these things like this. You know, we'll see if I ever implement something like water or whatever here. Then end up throwing the boat in, trying to drive it around. I don't know if I'm going to do that. It's technically not what I'm supposed to be doing right now. But anyway, man, this was a fun thing to do. So I try to make some cool things every now and then. I know most people would probably rather me see me play games that most people are familiar with and things like that. But right now, man, I'm designing and working on stuff. So I haven't really been playing a lot of games. Unless you want to consider this that. It's a little bit funner than playing a game though, because you get full control over everything. If I wanted to just set a T-Rex right here, bro, get in this thing and run from it, I could. Okay? Anyway, until next time, man. Adios.